So let's figure out how to do this next. I'm going to go back to the browser and I'm going to do a search for Grunt JS minification. And the first result is Grunt Contrib Uglify, which is what we want. Uglify is a minification library that can be used with a number of different tools. So this is just enabling Uglify for use with Grunt automation. All right, I'm going to scroll down and you can see that the documentation here takes the same structure as the Grunt Contrib Concat. It has the description of what it does, minifies files with Uglify.js, and tells us how to install it. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to copy the installation, again making sure that save dev is added to the end. And I'll go to the terminal and I'll paste it in. Okay, I'll go back to the browser and it says we need to enable it inside our grunt file. So I'll copy this line, I'll go to our editor and I'm going to paste it right here under the load npm tasks for concat. I'll save this. Go back to the browser, and again this lists the options first and then gives us some examples. So I'm going to scroll down until we get to the example section. So here we go. The structure is very similar to what we have with concat. You can see with a little bit more detail here that we have options and then a slightly different structure for the source and destination of our files. But in a simpler version, we don't have any options, so we can just omit it here and we can just have our files. So I'm going to copy this. And we can add options later if we need to. I'll go back to our editor and I'm going to use my IDE to figure out where the curly bracket is that matches this. And so it's right here. You can see the blue highlighting. This is one thing that's nice about using an IDE. I'm going to add some extra white space between the different tasks and I'll paste in Uglify. So we have the destination here and the sources here. So we're only going to have one source and one output. So let's remove this second source. And for this first source, we're going to put js/alljs.js. And for the destination, we're going to put it inside that same folder. So we'll put it in JS and we'll follow the min convention. So we'll do all-js.min.js for the destination name. And so now if we want to run this for our default task, along with concat, we can just add it as another item here in this array. You can see the square brackets. So I'm just going to add it in here. We'll call it Uglify. Again, the name here doesn't matter. We'll leave it at its default for now. We'll save this and we'll go to our command line and let's run grunt. It takes a little while to run Uglify, especially since we have jQuery and selecti as a couple pretty big libraries, but we get a nice green done without errors. And if we go back to our file explorer, we can see in our JS folder here that we now have a minified version, and you can see it's 160 kilobytes, whereas the original version was 442. So quite a bit smaller than half.